If you're wondering what to do with your money for the summer, I think we've got you covered on this show, and maybe what not to do. Lowcountry Money Talk is back. Phil Bloyd is stuck with us, and we got lots more to say.
Sure.
Nice to see you again.
Glad to be here.
Okay, so we've talked a little bit about the summer and, people really changing how they're spending on their vacations. We've discussed a little bit on how that actually translates into retirement. And if you've spent more time planning your vacation than planning your retirement, maybe that's a problem you want to take a look at. All right, but the big topic on everybody's minds and really on conversations is about inflation.
Right.
So you're going to help us, I'm going to use your term, Phil, unwrap this topic. Let's talk about inflation and what actually causes it, because we know that it can head us towards a recession. In fact, we're marching towards one right now, potentially. So what's happening here?
Okay. So, Jessa, going back, so we've talked about people changing their plans for retirement. Why? The cost of energy is higher, all these different things. Then we spoke about how that relates over to retirement. Maybe it'll be a good thing because people that aren't retired now, maybe they'll start paying more attention to their retirement because all the attention is on the market these days and things. But I think we need to understand how we got to this position. How did we get here?
How did we get here?
Yeah. So inflation, what causes inflation? Simply, there's a big demand. There's a lot of dollars. So most people believe last March there was almost $2 trillion injected into the economy by some Congress folks up there in Washington, okay? And a lot of people say if you look at, where inflation, because if we go back to January last year, our inflation rate was only 1.4.
Wow.
We're at 8.3 now.
What a difference.
That's a big difference.
Man.
So if we look at that March $2 trillion expenditure, it put all of this money into the market. So the ideal in stimulating the economy is, look, Jessa, I'm going to put all of this money in here. I know you like new clothes and new outfits, and you want to go spend that money.
Yeah.
So the ideal is we want to put stimulus in the economy to get it going again, make sure we don't sputter, but you have to have somewhere to go spend that money.
Right.
Then came the supply chain issue.
Right.
So there's nothing to buy, or I'm going to say nothing. I mean, I can figure some things, right?
But we can find a few things.
There's not enough supply to buy.
Right.
So we have all of this money sitting out there and nowhere to spend it. Therefore, it becomes kind of useless.
The supply demand just made a major shift.
Too many dollars chasing too little goods.
Yeah.
It's the old supply and demand.
So then obviously the prices go up and we have inflation. All right, so we know how that's happened. What do we do about it? Is there a way out of inflation?
We learned a new term this past week.
Yeah.
Softish.
Oh, softish.
See, that's even new to you.
Oh, it's new to me. Okay.
Softish.
Okay.
So the Federal Reserve Chairman, Jay Powell, I mean, he's the one that gave us transitory.
That's the one I thought you were going to say.
That's old now. That's an old term.
We've moved on.
He told us to stop using that one.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like,
it's like white after Labor Day.
Hey, how often do you use that term?
Transitory? Well, lately I've been using it a little bit. I mean, once or twice.
Until like the last year. That's a word we never use. Is it a real word? I don't even.
It's going to be. English Webster's picking that one up. Okay, softish.
Now we got softish. So the chairman, Jay Powell, they raised interest rates 50 basis points, which is 0.5%. And that still only takes us up to, on the federal fund side, under 1%. It's not enough.
Okay.
But he said, we are expecting a softish landing for the economy.
Okay.
So
that sounds very non-committal.
I don't know what that means.
By adding the ish on the end.
Does that mean if you have a softish landing on an airplane, it only rips off the front end of it?
Right.
Or I don't know. But he said softish. So I think in the next segment, what we'll talk about is what is the Federal Reserve doing now to try to deal with this inflation, and where is that going to put us throughout the summer and maybe some things we need to look for.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's talk about that. You know what? We're out of time here, so we're going to do it after the break. So stick around, and we'll discuss it. We'll be right back.
All right.